Guess what, guys? We have made it to the Big 6 first ever flipped lesson conclusion. You know it's Miss Penny again. No eye rolls, please, but you will need to grab you some Jolly Ranchers because we are going to review how to use the Big 6 research process to answer Miss Kennedy's informational inquiry, which will aid in your rocket design. For your convenience, I have created an information query Big 6 handout, which is attached. This handout explains each step of the Big 6 as it applies to Miss Kennedy's information query. Yes, my dear friends, I have included links to some pretty exciting resources. Step 1 is your task definition. Miss Kennedy has asked each group to find 3 or 4 variables that will influence the speed of your rocket. You are also to present and defend those research findings. So to start off with, you need to search for topics that support this question, such as rocket speed, variables or variations that affect rocket speed, rocket fuel, height, etc. So what information are you going to need? 3 or 4 research-tested variables which will defend the information query. Step 2. Information seeking strategies. You need to determine all possible sources. They could be print and or electronic. So what are the best sources of information for this task? Well, any classroom resource that you have, our library's online card catalog, and or solid research-based sources such as authoritative periodicals, scholarly journals, newspapers, and reference content which will defend the informational query with facts. Step 3, location and access. Here you are to locate sources, both intellectually and physically. So where can you find these sources? Well, Miss Kennedy might have some in her classroom that you can use. Again, you can always access our online card catalog to see what resources the Media Center has. Apogee Rockets is another great resource that Miss Kennedy has asked y'all to use, but hold on to your hats because I have provided you with 5 resources: Science in Context, Student Edition, Student Resources, Research in Context, and Power Search. These are resources that our school has. Your username is J183904 and the password is learn to access all of those. Where can I find the information in the source? Don't get bogged down on trying to read everything. You need to start skimming and scanning the bold print, the headings, and the captions to see if that particular resource or source is going to give you what you need. Use of information. So what information do I expect to find in this source? Remember the informational query Miss Kennedy gave you. Also remember those search topics that we just talked about in step 1. So what information from the source is useful? Look for key points that defend your information query. Look at videos and text features such as captions, graphs, and diagrams. Be sure to focus on the bold text as well. Step 5. Synthesis. Organize multiple sources. So how will I organize my information? Well, there are actually several ways. You can write an outline, you can use bullets, and or you can organize your information using a graphic organizer or web. Miss Kennedy is going to share the handout that I created for y'all via Google Classroom. So you can also use that as a document to record and keep up with the sources that you are using. How should I present my information? Well, that needs to be a group collaboration effort, and you need to decide with your group how you want to present your findings. Okay, guys, we are almost done. Step 6, evaluation. Did I do what was required? You need to compare your project to the information query. Did you address all parts Ms. Kennedy is asking for? Then judge the process. Did I complete each of the Big 6 stages efficiently? Again, this needs to be a group collaboration project where you carefully review each step. Congratulations, High School Rockets team. You and your group have just finished the first ever flipped research lesson at Gary ISD. I do not want to know how many eye rolls I received during this lesson. I want you to have fun with your rocket design. You know that I am always available to answer any questions that you have. I'm really hoping this year that I can go watch the live launch.